The death toll from a shooting rampage in Nova Scotia has risen to 22. RCMP updated their investigation this afternoon through a news release after searching through 16 different crime scenes, many of them involving burned down homes. Among the victims is Lisa McCully, an elementary school teacher and mom to 2 kids. We're joined now by someone who knew Lisa. Joy Laking is a resident of Portapique, Nova Scotia. She joins us from there. Hi, Miss Laking. Good to see you. Thank you for making time for us.
You're welcome.
You're in the heart of the community that was, affected so acutely this weekend. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing horribly. It's just unbelievably awful. It was, it was just horrible to be in isolation for so long, and then to have, I thought that nothing could be worse than that. And then this is just so senseless and horrible.
How did you, or what was it like for you while this was unfolding? How did you first become aware something of this magnitude was happening?
Well, my husband and I slept all night. We didn't hear anything, and Jim got up at 7 and checked the news and immediately came upstairs and got me up. And it's just, we still don't have all of the names of the people who died. I'm still missing 2 friends. We still don't, it's still ongoing. It's just awful.
Seems so stressful.
It sure is.
You knew Lisa McCully. We've spoken with the principal of her school, for example, yesterday, Scott Armstrong, who spoke just about what an amazing person she was. How did you know her, and what can you tell us about her?
Oh, she was just fantastic. She had the nicest kids, and she'd always come over to the gallery, and and she'd come with her mother and her stepfather and her kids. She was just wonderful. And she was spearheading things in our community, trying to get people interested in running together. You really could count on her. And she was just so full of life. And when I heard her little video a few weeks ago with the kids singing and her playing on the ukulele, I thought that gives everybody so much hope for getting through this coronavirus. So I put it out on my Facebook page and had hundreds of people say they really loved it. And it's just absolutely horrible I put it out again on Sunday and said that she was murdered.
Did you know anybody else? I know how everyone we've spoken to from your community just talks about how close-knit you all are. Did you know anybody else?
Yes, I know a couple of others, but their names haven't been released yet.
And how is that for you? It must just be horrifying to see that death toll increase and to know how close your community is and to just see names there that you recognize. It just must be awful.
Yeah, it's awful for all of Nova Scotia. As a community, Nova Scotia is a province, is an entity, and we all feel just absolutely sickened that anything like that could happen here.
How long have you lived where you live, Miss Laking?
Oh, I've lived here since 1972.
Has your community, obviously it's never been through anything like this. What should we know about where you live?
Oh, it's really rural and quiet, and we don't have, we no longer have a church or school or a store. We're right on the Bay of Fundy, right on a salt marsh with an old Acadian dike. So twice a day, salt water comes up over the marsh. It's a really, really beautiful area, and we have never locked our doors. And if anybody would come to our door and they have over the years, we would just immediately go and help them because it would have been maybe a car accident or somebody hit a deer or, you know, it's just the way we do things here. We just never, ever worried about this sort of thing.
And I imagine also that is compounded by what we learned from RCMP today, that the suspect, you know, he wore an RCMP uniform. He had his car done up to look like a police cruiser. I imagine that if anyone in your community saw someone who looked to be the RCMP, they certainly wouldn't run in the other direction.
That's right. They'd just pull over and talk to him. I mean, I knew him. My heart's just filled with hate for him, for what he did.
How did you?
He didn't live here. He was a seasonal resident for the last 10 years with a very, very lovely summer home.
And how did you know him? Just from the community?
Yes. And one of my friends was a mutual friend of his. Yeah.
Were you surprised to read his name? What was your reaction?
Oh, absolutely shocked. I didn't know him that well, but, you know, at funerals and visitations and things, we chatted. And when I was out walking, I mean, it's so senseless.
Yeah, it's just impossible to explain.
Yeah, it is. I'm really, really, really sorry that would happen here. And I mean, I just hope that we can all pull together and continue to enjoy all the beauty that we have without the hate and fear.
Well, we are all hoping for that for you and your community as well, Ms. Laking. Thank you so much for spending some of your evening with us. We really appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
That's Joy Laking coming to us from Portapique in Nova Scotia. Hi, I'm Vashi Capellos, host of Power in Politics. See more of our show by subscribing to the CBC News channel or click the link for another video.